Hey Bougie click. Welcome to today's video, where we delve into the intricate and often controversial topic of relationship advice from single, never married women. Are their insights valuable, or are they overshadowed by a lack of first-hand experience? We'll explore how real-life experience in relationships shapes the credibility of advice and why it's essential to choose your sources wisely. Whether you're seeking love or looking to strengthen your current partnership, understanding the dynamics of who you listen to could make all the difference. Stay tuned as we unpack the nuances, challenge perceptions, and offer a fresh perspective on finding genuine, meaningful connections. If you're ready to explore this topic with an open mind, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in together.
I'ma make you a fan.
The hidden grudge of single, never married women towards relationships. When it comes to relationship advice, considering the source is critical. While everyone has an opinion, not all perspectives carry the same weight. Single, never married women may have valuable insights on a variety of topics, but relationships? That's where the line gets blurry. When it comes to understanding relationships, the credibility of the person offering advice is essential. Single, never married women often position themselves as authorities on relationships, yet their advice is clouded by bitterness, hypocrisy, and a lack of genuine experience. Here's why their insights should not be taken seriously. Lack of lived experience. There's no substitute for real-life experience when it comes to understanding the intricacies of a committed relationship or marriage. Single, never married women haven't faced the day-to-day challenges of deep emotional commitment, compromise, or long-term partnership. Relationships demand a level of effort and understanding that goes far beyond surface-level platitudes. Would you trust someone to coach you through a marathon if they've only ever run on a treadmill? Probably not. So, why seek guidance on relationships from someone who hasn't been in the trenches of one? Theories don't replace realities. Single, never married women often base their relationship advice on observations, theories, or secondhand anecdotes. While these might sound wise or intriguing, they rarely align with the messy, unpredictable realities of real-life relationships. Theories are great in textbooks, but relationships are lived out in the gray areas, the unscripted moments that require intuition, empathy, and compromise. Advice rooted in hypotheticals often collapses under the weight of real-world complexity. The trap of oversimplification. Relationships are anything but simple, yet single, never married women might reduce them to overly straightforward solutions. Phrases like never settle or you deserve more can sound empowering but often fail to address the nuances of long-term relationships. Thriving partnerships require more than catchy phrases, they demand patience, understanding, and a willingness to navigate the gray areas together. Potential bias. Unmarried, single women may bring their own biases to the table, shaped by past disappointments or societal narratives about relationships. Whether it's fear of commitment, skepticism about marriage, or general mistrust, their advice might stem from their own experiences or worldviews, rather than an objective understanding of your unique relationship. Be wary of advice that's more about their baggage than your reality. The hypocrisy dilemma. It's not uncommon for single, never married women to offer advice that they themselves haven't followed. They might tell you to never compromise or keep your standards sky high, while failing to apply the same principles in their own lives. Why take cues from someone whose theoretical wisdom hasn't translated into practical action in their own relationships? The bitter reality: no credibility to stand on. Single, never married women are frequently fueled by resentment, whether they acknowledge it or not. This often stems from their inability to forge lasting, meaningful partnerships with men. They might claim to possess profound insights into relationships, but the truth is no man has ever taken them seriously enough to commit. That alone is a glaring red flag. If their guidance were truly effective, wouldn't their own lives reflect the success they preach? Misandry in disguise. These women often couch their misandry in the guise of relationship advice, convincing other women to resent men and view them as tools for financial or emotional exploitation. Ironically, they may champion lifestyles reliant on men, like becoming sugar babies or relying on OnlyFans subscribers. They preach the importance of decentering men, yet their actions reveal they still heavily depend on men to sustain their lives. This level of contradiction undermines their credibility entirely. Financial dependence with emotional void. Single, never married women often emphasize how men can provide material benefits, but these claims ring hollow. After the dinners, the shopping sprees, and the financial gifts, they still feel unfulfilled. They know deep down that genuine love, emotional provision, and lasting commitment mean far more than superficial financial perks. As they age, their financial influence diminishes because men seeking such arrangements often prefer younger women, leaving these older single women struggling to maintain their lifestyles. False notoriety, DMs don't equal commitment. A popular defense among these women is to boast about having husbands in their DMs. But if so many men are pursuing them, why are they still single and chasing multiple men for validation? The reality is that these men see them as temporary entertainment, not as life partners. Even their boyfriends, who they often support financially, cheat on them, further proving that they are not taken seriously in the dating world. You attract what you are, not what you want. The illusion of perfection. Let's start with a hard truth: no one is perfect. Yet, many women walk around with an unshakable belief that they are. They hold this illusion of perfection so tightly that it blinds them to their flaws, stunts their growth, and, frankly, makes them insufferable. This mindset often leads to the notion that they shouldn't have to change or improve to attract a man. Why should they, when they're already the full package? Well, spoiler alert, believing you're flawless doesn't make it true, and worse, it doesn't make you attractive. This kind of arrogance doesn't just push men away, it actively repels them. Confidence is appealing, but self-delusion disguised as confidence. That's just a red flag waving in the wind. Relationships aren't transactions. Many women see relationships as a simple transaction: if I look good, have my life somewhat together, and act pleasant, men should want me. But relationships don't operate on a checklist, nor do men choose partners like they're picking items off a menu. Attracting a partner isn't about ticking the right boxes, it's about being authentic, vulnerable, and invested in becoming the best version of yourself, not because you want to impress someone, but because you genuinely care about your own growth. Men can spot disingenuity from a mile away. If you're showing up as someone who's stagnant, unwilling to self-reflect, or too prideful to grow, it sends a clear message: you're not serious about the effort relationships require. And why should he take you seriously if you can't even take yourself seriously? You attract what you are. Here's the kicker: you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Want a man who's intelligent, kind, ambitious, and emotionally mature? You have to reflect those qualities yourself. If you're stuck in an outdated mindset, expecting a man to magically complete you, you're setting yourself up for failure. Relationships are mirrors, they reflect who you are. Women who refuse to grow, adapt, and learn often find themselves attracting people who mirror that same unwillingness. The result? Disappointment and frustration, because their relationships lack depth and fulfillment. If you want to change what you attract, start by changing yourself. The power of self-awareness. Let me be blunt: the world doesn't revolve around you, and neither should a relationship. Women who embrace self-awareness, acknowledge their weaknesses, and actively work on improving themselves are the ones who stand out, and not because they're perfect, but because they're trying. And that's the real charm. This doesn't mean you have to become a different person overnight. Growth is incremental, messy, and sometimes uncomfortable, but it's worth it. When you invest in your own development, you radiate confidence and authenticity. That's what men respect. That's what men take seriously. Marriage, the ultimate testament to commitment. Marriage represents sacrifice, growth, and mutual respect, concepts that these women struggle to grasp. They prioritize fleeting pleasures over meaningful bonds and refuse to make the changes necessary to attract and sustain a lasting relationship. Their failure to embrace the essence of love keeps them trapped in a cycle of short-lived satisfaction and unfulfilled desires. Marriage is the ultimate sacrifice, especially without a prenup. The illusion of grand gestures. Let's get one thing straight: love isn't about flashy displays or fleeting moments. A man being physically intimate with you? It's not the ultimate expression of love, it's a choice, sure, but it doesn't define the depth of his feelings. Similarly, a rich man buying you an expensive purse might be generous, but it's not the pinnacle of sacrifice. These gestures, while appreciated, are surface level. They don't require the kind of commitment, vulnerability, or long-term investment that true love demands. Love isn't transactional. It's not about what someone gives you or does for you in the moment. It's about what they're willing to build with you, sacrifice for you, and endure alongside you. The weight of marriage. Marriage, on the other hand, is a whole different ballgame. It's not just a romantic gesture, it's a life-altering commitment. For a man, especially without a prenup, marriage can be the ultimate sacrifice. Why? Because he's putting his trust, his future, and often his financial security on the line. He's choosing to intertwine his life with yours in a way that's legally binding and emotionally profound. Without a prenup, he's essentially saying, I trust you with everything I have. That's not just love, that's vulnerability at its highest level. It's a sacrifice that goes beyond the physical or material, it's a leap of faith into the unknown. Sacrifice is the foundation of love. True love is built on sacrifice. It's not about what you can get from someone, it's about what you're willing to give. It's about compromise, patience, and the willingness to put someone else's needs above your own. For a man, marriage often embodies this sacrifice in ways that other gestures simply don't. He's giving up a part of his independence, his autonomy, and sometimes even his career or dreams to build a life with you. He's choosing to invest in a partnership that requires constant effort, communication, and compromise. That's not something to take lightly. Facing the consequences of loneliness. Eventually, these women face the harsh truth of their situation. Many end up alone, grappling with financial and emotional instability. Women who marry often reap the rewards of shared pensions, 401(k)s, and emotional companionship, while these single, never married women must rely solely on themselves. The regret of never forming lasting connections becomes an undeniable reality, underscoring the flaws in their worldview. Seek guidance from real experts. While single, never married women might offer some thoughtful perspectives, the best advice comes from those who've experienced the complexities of relationships firsthand. People who've weathered the storms of love, communication struggles, and compromise can provide insights grounded in experience, not just theory. Conclusion: pick your sources carefully. Taking relationship advice from a single, never married woman is like relying on a travel guide written by someone who's never visited the destination. While they might have interesting ideas, their lack of first-hand experience leaves critical gaps in their perspective. In matters of the heart, trust those who've lived the journey, not just observed it from the sidelines. When it comes to relationships, the source of advice matters. Single, never married women may project confidence and insight, but their bitterness, contradictions, and lack of meaningful experience render their advice unreliable. Love thrives on compromise, empathy, and commitment, principles these women fail to embody. If you're measuring love by physical intimacy or material gifts, you're missing the point. Love is sacrifice, and marriage is the ultimate expression of that sacrifice. It's not about what someone does for you in the moment, it's about what they're willing to do for you over a lifetime. If you're tired of being overlooked or not taken seriously, maybe it's time to look inward. The idea that you're perfect and shouldn't have to change is not just untrue, it's sabotaging your chances at meaningful connections. The truth is simple: a great relationship starts with being a great version of yourself. Not perfect. Not flawless. Just striving. You attract what you are. So, if you're ready to be taken seriously, start by taking yourself seriously. That's the kind of energy that transforms relationships and lives. Get in the gym, learn how to cook, be more feminine, be classy, and listen to what men want, but also accept while every woman can get a man, he may not look like the man you think you deserve. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the perspectives on relationships. Remember, when it comes to love and partnerships, it's essential to seek advice from those who have walked the path themselves. Experience brings wisdom that theories simply can't match. If you're on a journey to find or improve a relationship, start by looking inward and striving to be the best version of yourself. That's the energy that attracts meaningful connections. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that challenges and inspires. Let's continue this conversation and grow together. Until next time, keep learning, keep evolving, and keep pursuing what truly matters. See you in the next video. What do you think? Are single, never married women bitter? Let me know in the comments section. Stay bougie. Follow and support me. All links in bio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check description for more info. New episodes every day.